Hey, my monsters.
Think about it for a moment. Someone is using all their energy trying to provoke you, and you simply stay silent, as if they have no presence in your world. That is one of the most powerful weapons a person can possess. The power of ignoring. But be careful, this power is dangerous. Ignoring is not just a small action. It is a psychological game. When you ignore someone, you awaken the biggest monster inside them. Insecurity. Am I not important? Do I have no value? But the real question is, the true psychological side of it that most people never talk about. Once you understand this, you'll be able to remove enemies and toxic people from your path without saying a single word, seeing your closest friends from an entirely different perspective. The need for attention, the psychological power of ignoring. Think of a small child crying. The moment his mother looks at him, he calms down, because for the human brain, attention doesn't just mean focus, it means existence. It means, I matter. Science shows that when a person is ignored, the same areas of the brain activate as when physical pain is experienced. That means ignoring doesn't just hurt emotionally, it hits the brain like a real injury. But the deeper truth is this: ignoring doesn't just create pain, it creates a psychological chain reaction. Confusion. Why are they ignoring me? Overthinking. Did I do something wrong? Insecurity. Am I not important? And then, obsession. How do I get their attention back? And this is exactly where the hidden power begins. You didn't fight, you didn't speak, you didn't react, but inside the other person's mind, you created a storm. That is the real psychological power of ignoring. But here's the twist most people don't understand. If you think ignoring always gives you power, you are wrong. Because ignoring is not a one-way weapon. It doesn't just control others. It also changes them. Some people break when they are ignored, but some people become even more dangerous. Think about school or college. A student tries to speak, tries to express his opinion, tries to get attention, but the class ignores him. At first, it looks normal, but slowly, something changes in his face. A silent frustration builds up. They don't take me seriously. This is the real effect of ignoring. It also happens in groups. Someone tells a joke, everyone laughs, but one day, the same person is ignored, and suddenly his confidence drops. He starts thinking, maybe I'm not funny, maybe I'm not liked. And I'm not saying this to promote anything negative. This is not about hurting people or intentionally ignoring anyone. This is simply human psychology, a reality we all experience in school, college, and daily life. Because once you understand this, you stop letting it control your self-worth. But ignoring has another dangerous side. Sometimes it triggers a revenge mindset. In school or college, imagine a student gives an answer or speaks in a group, and everyone ignores him. Once or twice it's fine, but when it happens repeatedly, something dangerous is born inside him. A silent promise, I will prove myself no matter what. And from here, transformation begins. The pain of being ignored either breaks a person or pushes him to a level where he channels everything into proving himself. And that's why you often see it. The same students who were once ignored later become the most successful, focused, and different from the rest. They work harder. They build inner fire, not because they were motivated, but because they were ignored. But not everyone handles it positively. Some people fall into negative thinking, low self-worth, and sometimes even depression. That's why ignoring is not a simple act. It is a silent psychological weapon. It can build a life or destroy it. And this is why understanding it is important, Because the most important question is not should I ignore? The real question is, when should you ignore? And when should you not? Because without understanding this, ignoring doesn't make you strong. It makes you weak. So when should you ignore? When someone repeatedly disrespects you, provokes you, or wastes your time, then ignoring becomes your strongest response, because their power depends on your reaction. No reaction equals no fuel. No fuel equals no control. Ignore it, otherwise their negativity will slowly poison your thinking. Unnecessary drama is everywhere, in groups, friendships, and daily life. Small issues are blown out of proportion. People turn nothing into chaos. And if you stay inside that drama, you lose something more valuable than anything else: your focus. Because life is already competitive enough. Wasting energy on unnecessary fights is pure stupidity. But here's the important truth: ignoring is not always the answer. There are situations where ignoring will not solve anything. If you are facing real problems in life, studies, health, or family relationships, ignoring won't fix them. Action will. And if someone gives you constructive criticism, you should not ignore it, because that criticism exists for your growth. Sometimes your friends share their pain with you, and ignoring them becomes the biggest mistake, because in those moments, silence doesn't heal. It breaks them even more. So understand this clearly. Ignoring is not a solution for everything. It is a tool, and like every tool, it depends on how you use it. A sword can protect you, or it can injure you. Same with ignoring. If used correctly, it protects your peace. If used blindly, it destroys your relationships. And the most important truth is this: ignoring is a choice, not a weakness. You don't need to fight every battle. Sometimes, silence is the strongest form of power. Now let's understand how to actually apply ignoring in real life. Step 1. Identify. First, understand this clearly. You don't ignore everyone. You only ignore what is destroying your focus, peace, or growth. Decide who and what is important in your life, and what is not. Step 2. Detach. Ignoring is not just forgetting. It is emotional detachment. If someone in class tries to provoke you, and you simply smile and walk away, the game ends there, because true ignoring works only when your emotions are also disconnected from it. Step 3. Redirect your focus. The more you remove your attention from useless things, the more energy you have for your real goals, studies, skills, growth, future. If you master this, you automatically move ahead of 90% of students. Step 4. Stay consistent. And this is the hardest part, because consistency is where most people fail. At first, ignoring feels easy, but staying consistent with it is where discipline is built. People can ignore technology easily, but they still lose consistency, and that's the real battle. If you want to keep your power strong, you must constantly remind your mind, why am I ignoring distractions in the first place? Because the real enemy is not people, it's losing focus over time. Step 5. Balance. Ignoring does not mean becoming cold-hearted. It means balance. Give value to the people who matter, and ignore everything that doesn't deserve your energy. This balance is what makes you mentally strong, not emotional reactions, not overthinking, not chaos, just clarity. And now comes the final horizon, a mindset that turns ignoring into a life philosophy. In life, you will always face two things: people who try to pull you down, and situations that drain your energy. You have two choices: fight them, argue with them, react to everything, or understand a deeper truth. The more you react, the more power you give away, because every reaction is energy, and energy is control. Ignoring is not just a way to silence people, it is a way to protect yourself. It is about protecting your focus. It is about saving your energy. It is about investing your attention only where your life actually improves. And remember this, the world does not always give answers through action. Sometimes, silence is the strongest answer. Because silence confuses, silence disturbs, and silence dominates. People control you only as long as you react. The day you learn to ignore, you become the real master of your life. If you haven't subscribed to me yet, go ahead and do it now. Otherwise, you'll be the one at a loss.